question once again. I think that Ryley, he played okay, but just the skeletons
Bueno,
getting
ahora
on
qué
the
tal la
Evo
partida.
and just a couple unfortunate interactions at the beginning. It seemed like Ryley really got in a
Lo
spot
que-
where
lo que
he
con
had no way to
Frankenstein.
attack.
Now, was that skeleton's
Duende
interaction because the NATO was
de
too
parte de
soon,
Lucas.
too late, or just an odd interaction?
Me and Rich were
Todo el
actually
mundo está
talking
usando ese
about it.
mazo.
It happens when you're pulling skeletons
Y parece que vamos a ver
away
hasta el
from
hartazgo.
something, or it kind of happens when you're pulling skeletons towards your unit,
Está
right?
bien, porque
so
si
he was
no, no
turning
tenía
those
sentido lo de la
skeletons towards
princesa.
his knight rather than away, and it made it so that they were able to kind of survive.
Oh, it's almost like they pulled
caray,
into
a ver qué
attack
tiene
while
para
they were
defender el
spawning,
amigo.
while they were getting taken off the board. And here we go, Lucas going to bait against Ryley, who is running Lava Hounds. So, maybe he saw something that Mohamed Light did that he liked in terms of creating that deck or that matchup.
And I did also talk to Alan about what he thought both of his players might use
también,
in this moment. And Lucas does play bait, and
Lucas está
Ryley
perdidísimo
might have
acá.
predicted it with this Lava Hound Arrows matchup.
And that is a huge,
le tiene,
huge
boludo.
connection there. You can see Lucas already a bit
Le
stunned
tiene
from
un
it.
harpunter.
22-12 to 12-03. Ryley drawing blood first.
Más vale que gane Ryley,
Yeah, I mean, this is really interesting.
No sé qué
I
pensaba vos, estimado,
also
pero
talked
más
a lot
vale
with
que gane Ryley.
about workshopping a lava deck that can counter bait because of how important it is in this World Finals, and maybe he's found it. He has the Evo Bomber as well as the arrows for solid defense, cheap defense, and offense at the same time.
Now, do you think the Lightning will be able to find its way into this equation more than what we just saw in the very beginning?
It's a good point. I don't know what Lucas' last card is. If it is Goblinstein, I think that Lightning will be imperative for breaking through. But I really don't know what his last card is.
Great damage there from the Goblin Barrel on that right-hand side, protecting this Dark Goblin to go down the left.
Yo creo que no amaneció bien Ryley, porque está cometiendo errores no forzados. Mira, fíjate vos ahora. Omar cómo defiende. Ahora tiene que usar la flecha, ahora sí defendió bien.
Maybe even get a tower trade going here if Riley's going to win this.
Yeah, really nice, I'd say cheap defense there, like you said, Juicy. Still getting some offense on the other side, 1644. Now predicts the guards, but one guard still stays alive, takes the princess off the board.
And look at that Evil Bomber. That's what I'm talking about. Evil Bomber cleans up the barrel. Now it's cleaning up the valve. That's only 2 elixir. And now he can spend everything else on offense with the arrows for the Dark Goblin.
Val does get a shot on tower, but this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday. I think maybe it was LCOP who was just not getting enough value out of his Evo Bomber in this matchup. You need that Evo Bomber to be able to clean up barrels. You can't only use your arrows and your bombs.
Todo lo que puede las tropas para que no le agarra todo el rayo. Me parece muy buena defensa por parte de Lucas. Lucas jugó impresionantemente. Hay que ser sincero, pero lastimosamente para él le tocó tremendo match.
Knowing he's still got it. Gotta feel good there. And then Lucas on the other side of it now.
Bueno amigos, espectacular partida. Ahora sí, ahí está. Espectacular partida, muchachos. Le quedan 2 minutos a la cuestión. A ver qué tal. Pero nada que hacer por parte de Lucas. Tenía flecha a su rival. Ryley tenía... Ryley tenía flechas. Tenía rayo por si acaso. Tenía... encima sabueso otra vez. Tenía... estaba complicado. La máquina voladora siempre es problemática. Si no timeas perfecto fuiste y no timeó perfecto Lucas. Esta partida estaba flojo, la verdad. Lucas no timeó demasiado bien. Y bueno, están todos nerviosos, normal. ¿Qué cosa eso, Larry? No había caso. Ese es el problema, tenés que timearlo si no fuiste. Eso es lo que te produce la máquina voladora. Bueno, y ahora voy a activar otra vez el...
Yeah, and the pressure there was really, I mean, the Evo Bomber, we talked about it just a little bit ago, we talked about it yesterday. I mean, the value you can get from that Evo Bomber to help with those barrels just means that, you know what, I don't have to spend as much elixir as I normally would, and now I can focus just a hair more on offense.
Wow, and now the players are setting up for game number 2 here, trying to put together their decks on their own without a coach. You know, Lucas, I mean, he's been known to do that before.
Yeah, and you know, You know what? We're going to find out what he's bringing out right now. Game 2, Lucas up against the wall. Ryley, Lucas, let's go. Now, Juicy, you've lived in the rarefied air of being someone competing on a stage for a massive amount of cash. What on earth would be going through your mind at this moment?
Hopefully, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win.
That's what you like to hear. Yesterday, Lucas was telling me that his mantra to himself is, I'm not nervous, they're nervous. I'm not nervous, they're nervous. And right now, Lucas playing pretty well, but Ryley on top of it. And of course, now we see Ryley bringing out bait. I thought he might, and that's the scary thing, right? Is even if you know it's coming, he's not scared of running it.
Yeah, the question is, does Lucas
have
the facilities to deal with this super high pressure bait that we've seen succeed time and time again? I don't know if he has the log or the barbarian barrel or maybe an extra spell to deal with this Dargot Princess combo. That's really what you're gonna need.
And a Prince in the back, Juicy.
Oh, in the Mega Knight, he did not defend the Goblin Barrel. He's going all in with the push. I like this play. Will it pan out, or will Ryley be able to defend? He's very low in elixir.
Oh my gosh, Mega Knight on the tower. Knight there to take, Prince there to take care of the Valkyrie. Royal Ghost opposite lane. Damage on the left, damage in on the right. Lucas taking control.
Media torre le sacó, bueno, 2/3.
We have a curse plus arrows.
Buena.
And he goes, all right, well, one day this curse is going to work out for
Buena
somebody.
reacción por parte de Ryley, ¿eh?
Wow. I mean, I love Lucas' deck.
Lucas con malicia atacando, me gustó mucho eso.
Very similar to last matchup, actually. And then, of course,
pero Ryley defendió bastante bien ahí.
Well. And that Mega Knight will apply so much pressure in front of the Prince.
So, Juicy, this is your stream. You're 20 seconds away from double time, or overtime, double elixir. Wow, I've done this for 7 years. What is your thought on this matchup?
Yeah, I gotta give it to Lucas with the arrows, with the Mega Knight, with that curse, but we know Ryley is the best log bait player in the world. If there's anyone that can make it happen, it's him.
So Ryley gonna have to do some innovation here as Lucas goes to take out
Por
that
cierto, tengo que evolucionar esa carta. Tengo que evolucionarme el barril de duendes,
Queen rolling through to try to set up some defense and have some DPS for this Evo Mega Knight. I think Ryley also has Evo Valkyrie in cycle, but this Evo Mega Knight is
no tira flecha, no reserva flecha, le hace mucho daño por culpa de eso. El barril.
As this push on Ryley's side of the board dies on the vine. 979 though, Ryley's lowest tower.
The pre-curse, expecting a God game. Wow. Catching some goblins. I think that forces a response.
Sobrevive la reina, y le da un golpe así gratis, básicamente.
Wait, he's shaking his head, the miner!
Yep, I knew it.
El minero activa torre, señores. Magnífica jugada.
There's the barrel yet again. Ryley down damage, but in a decent situation.
Yeah.
Can he bring it back without a big spell?
And that King Tower activation is going to be so helpful against the MK.
Ofensivamente usan los hechizos.
Oh, and you can see Ryley shocked by
en el caso, por ejemplo, de Lucas, prefiere ofensivamente el hechizo a estar defendiendo con flechas el barril. Prefiere asumir daño, eso me llama mucho la atención. Pero es que también chip damage tiene sentido también,
And yes, you heard that right.
Yeah, I mean, I talk about this when I play Mega Draft a lot. Sometimes a card doesn't need to be played to get value. Sometimes it only needs to prevent your opponent from playing the card they need to defend.
That's brilliant. The scare factor of the card being there, and that is why Lucas has been, you know, like I said, very, very willing to get on top of those princesses with the miner. Obviously wishes he didn't activate King Tower, but not the end of the world.
Sí, es que ni por nada el mundo te usa flecha en defensa.
It might be possible for the
Y es que su ataque le tiene que salir muy bien. Es un ataque a doble línea. Cuidado con esta gente. Tiene que sobrevivir. Y cuidado con el príncipe. Cuidado con el están en esta.
43 seconds left on the clock, and here's a huge push right side.
And it feels like we're going to game 3, Juice. I have no idea how Ryley's going to do this, but he could. There's the miner in with the curse.
Bueno, chicos, esta partida casi hecha.
Gang on defense. A curse on offense yet
Otra
again with
vez el
3-card
minero,
cycle, minor
chicos,
arrows, curse, he
flechita en
calls the
ataque y
game.
esto...
Lucas taking
se
game
salva,
number 2.
se salva, se salva.
Game number 3, Lucas and
La
Ryley.
reina al final remata la partida. Qué buena partida, chicos. 1-1 creo, ¿verdad? ¿O no?
I love this. This is why I
1-1.
love this job, Andrew.
¿O no?
This is
O
crazy.
2-1
And the
ya.
Goblin
Qué
Curse
perdí, boludo.
finally pays off on the final.
Vamos a poner así. Bueno, gente, ¿estamos? A ver. Esta es la repetición, chicos. Ese combo le dolió un montón a Ryley. Después por el otro lado tenés el fantasma. Y todo el daño que recibió ahí fue bastante importante para Ryley. Le condicionó bastante la partida. Después trató de remontar, ¿verdad? Con barriles y compañía. Qué buen hechizo se mandó ahí. Al final, Lucas, Y así fue que tiró la torre, ¿verdad? 1-1 va la partida, gente.
8 really pop off, even versus the quote-unquote hard counters like pigs or minor magic archer. Maybe Lucas has cracked the code on how to counter this deck.
I mean, what an incredible game number 2 here from both of these guys. You see Lucas coming out with the Evo MK, Evo Ice Spirit, and right there at the bottom, that Goblin Curse.
Bueno, gente, el deck 2 es este. Ahora vamos a ver el desempate.
Not something that you say
A ver
very,
qué
very
nos-
often. That Evo
¿Con qué nos
Valkyrie, though, she
sorprenden
just
los
was not
estimados?
able to get much value.
Yeah, it seemed like the Mega Knight jumping atop, the Prince charging into her. And do you really want a gang to protect? Once again, the curse. Just scare factor, making it so that Mega
Yo
Knight
estoy
is
atento con el
always
tema
breaking.
de la música porque el copyright puede caer. En este caso. En mi caso, no en el caso de Supercell. Supercell, tranqui, yo no.
I was wondering why Lucas was so willing to get on top of the princess, but also Ryley wasn't really protecting it, so maybe he was thinking about that, and probably was, because they have the same coach, who, again, must be quite torn right now.
Right. Okay, so I'm looking at the most recent decks here. We have game 1, Lucas played bait, Ryley played lava. Game 2, we have Lucas playing Mega Knight, and we have Ryley playing
con algún
bait. What is
coach o lo que
left?
sea.
I think there's a lot of potential for a Pigs Earthquake or Hawk Earthquake kind of weird matchup
Tenía
here.
pinta de estar
And
rezando.
that would be fascinating to see between these two amazing players.
Hoy en día es
Because,
poco
Lucas
común
knows
eso,
one of the best hog players of all time, but I don't know
Me
about
parece.
piggies. And then you counter in that cycle, or you factor in that cycle.
Bueno,
excuse me, both of them
interesante
two of
la
the best cycle
partida
players in the world.
en la que
And
los
as you
dos
saw
hacían
Ryley
su
sitting there
juego.
pumping himself
En el
up,
caso
that
de
means
Lucas,
it's
por
time
ejemplo,
juice.
Game number 3
defendiendo
of
solamente
this
con
grudge
tropas
match.
y no con
Let's hop
flechas.
straight into it.
La flecha utilizando ofensivamente para aprovechar al máximo el chip damage y aparte de eso, utilizando el hechizo este, ¿verdad? Que convierte en duendes, no me acuerdo el nombre.
Good luck from Lucas. Ryley's
Bueno, ahí
locked
está
in.
el espíritu de
Ice
hielo,
Spirit at the
gente.
bridge, Bats to defend. So Evo Ice Spirit and Evo Bats.
Vamos a ver.
I mean, seeing Bats from Lucas makes me think it's a mortar type of deck.
Murciélagos.
And Ryley with Ice Spirit and Goblins. Oh wait, no. Is Lucas playing Lumber Loot right now? That is truly wild.
Yeah, you see that Lumberjack come out with the Evo Bats. There's the Heal Spirit, and Juice,
Leñador
that is the
y
second
espíritu
time we've seen
curación,
Lucas drop the Heal Spirit, and the first time was
Entonces,
a
ahí
great
está el duende
success.
este, amigos.
Yeah, we'll see if he can replicate that as we start to see a little bit
Pero
more
con
of his
leñador.
deck. Riley with a little bit of a more standard deck.
igual
I
que sea
still
globo, ¿verdad?
am
Sí,
guessing
generalmente
at
suele
what
ser
kind of win
leñador
conditions we're going to see
globo.
here.
I know, I mean, Ryley
O
looking
una
like he has
variante
pieces of what could
del
be a
golem
mortar
que se
deck,
solía
but
usar
obviously
antes,
in the
¿verdad?
World Finals, we've seen a lot of different things here throughout the weekend. And then, yeah,
Eso no
Lucas
llega.
with the Lumberjack, and there's the mortar from
El
Ryley.
caso de Ryley es,
Could
mira,
be,
poco
could
che.
it be Lumberjack with RG? I mean, you saw
Yeah.
how well RG was, you know, yesterday, and there it is. RG comes down.
Yeah, absolutely. Great call. Great call. RG Lumberjack with Heal Spirit. This is an old
Mira un poco
school
che.
RG breakthrough type of deck. You got the Lumberjack
interesante,
tanking, dropping a rage,
porque tiene
speeding
doble
up the
tanque
RG damage, and you got the Heal
y
Spirit
va a
healing it
molestar
up.
una
And it's already
barbaridad con
working
ese
great for
bastante
Lucas.
counter de Ryley el mazo de
15,
Lucas.
and maybe Ryley expecting the bats with the immediate drop of the Goblinstein up front. Goblinstein will get to tower, so you could see him wanting to use an ability.
Yo creo que
Bit of a
Supercell va a
flinch there
nerfear
from
la
Ryley.
carta esta.
Yeah, I think Riley was trying
el
to
duende.
predict that Lumberjack with the Miner.
Yo creo que va a nerfear porque todo el mundo está usando, todo el mundo realmente, y es bastante
If it
fuerte
worked
la
out, it would have been
habilidad.
great, but Not going to work this time.
Yeah, Lucas trying really hard to get that King Tower activation. Doesn't get it either, though. Takes a good amount of damage. 2153 for Lucas, 2115 for Ryley as the second RG comes down. That's the evolved one. That's how it works.
Yeah, Ryley does have defense for the RG this time with the
tiene también el
cannon cart fishing
bastante buena
distracted too, not able to pull the cannon cart right away. What will Ryley do in this counter push? We do see the Goblin tanking. The Goblin ability will pop, clean up the Evo bats. Very successful. Can he get to the tower though?
And Lumberjack does just enough as a high fish boy comes out. There's the Doctor down low to stun that miner. Bats in cycle once again.
And we see a defensive raspar la torre le hace la diferencia. Preventing any fireball value on weak side tower.
Ahora no está sí, ahora utiliza la habilidad
científico. But I love it. It's very methodical.
Y ahora ataca por el otro lado el querido Lucas a ver qué hace.
You know that Caster Curse is working in our favor right now. This Lumberjack's going to go down all the way back around to a mortar though is Ryley, and that also means that Lucas is very close.
No puede utilizar Ryley, así que va a tener que apelar a chip damage siempre.
And you guys watching right now might think, oh, why free log on the strong side tower? But it's very important in this kind of matchup. Lucas needs multiple RGs. He needs that dueling pressure. So any damage on either side matters a lot.
The Evo Ice Spirit actually takes out the Lumberjack. So the Evo RG is able to get raged up. Cannon goes down, but it does fade out the Lumberjack just because Lucas wanted to be safe.
Y pega ese gigante
noble. One more shot left side. But we see Ryley in overall damage lead.
Cuidado con el científico sigue.
Only 90 seconds remain in one of their World Finals run here in 2024. One game in, one game up for both.
Oh my God!
Oh, the perfect timing there, Lucas by a hair.
Le hizo,
I really thought that cannon cart was locking on, but Lucas with the reaction time speed of a lion. Goblin's counterpunching, he doesn't have to worry about it. King Tower's activated.
Bueno, Ryley está haciendo lo suyo. Cuidado con esto.
Goblin, no, excuse me, King Tower activated. I've played this game before. 2380, 1976. Lowest tower for Lucas, 1801. Lowest for Ryley, 1769. After the fireball log comes in to 1711.
I don't know how I feel about these defensive Evo Mortar. Look, another fireball dropping down and help clean up.
Ay, qué buena curación, amigo.
50 seconds remaining. There has not been one
Le permitió tocar un poco la torre.
El
gigante no le está
and now we have a bridge battle. We have the Goblin monster, the mortar, the cannon cards, the Goblin ability. It reaches tower. That's good damage. This game is so close.
1500, 1504. Lucas in the lead. Evo bats come down. That's good value there for Ryley. But one bat does stay alive. Ability comes in. Opposite lane pressure here from Lucas.
Miner on the right, Lumberjack, Evo Roll Giant with Goblin Sign on left. Ice Spear does connect, that will slow down the RG. Does he have a mortar? He
tira lo que puede Lucas para sacar ventaja. El rival tira lo mismo también. Hay que ver si cicla rápido. A ver si cicla rápido. Vuelve a ciclar Ryley. Elimina a Lucas, amigo. Ryley elimina a Lucas, amigo.